Hello guys, I am back with the new video. Hope you all doing well. Before we going to see the video, please show your love by hitting a subscribe button. In this video we going to see about the 5 crazy pets who ate their owners so badly. We all knew animals and man have coexisted for as long as we know. Some animals get along love with us better than others, like domesticated cats and dogs, even Bengal tiger too. More often than not, we feel an emotional connection with them. We want them to be our friend. But unfortunately for many animal lovers, most wild, exotic animals do not want to be your friend. Here are 5 crazy pets who ate their owners so badly. Number 1. A woman called Charla Nash. She was brutally attacked by chimpanzee. Technically, Charla Nash wasn't the owner of Travis the chimpanzee, but she was a friend of the owner. Unfortunately, in 2009, Nash was violently attacked and mauled by Travis, and almost died from the attack. Almost 5 years ago, in 2003, when chimpanzee was 8 years old, Travis had his first bad behavior episode. While the owner Sandra was taking chimpanzee for a drive around town, he unbuckled his seatbelt, let himself out of the car, rolled around in the road, jumped on other cars, and led the police on a chase through town for the next 2 hours. Police officers agreed that this chimpanzee was just being playful, but it should have been a warning sign, especially when primatologists told the Animal Control Department that Travis was now a fully sexualized adult with the strength of 5 men. On his last day, at age 14, chimpanzee Travis seemed so aggressively taking the lunch of fish, chips and ice cream cake. On that day Sandy called her friend Charla to ask her to come over for the help. When Charla arrived, Travis attacked her. Sandy came running out and started beating Travis over the head with a shovel, but he just continued tearing Charla body parts. Sandy even stabbed chimpanzee repeatedly with a kitchen knife, but he wouldn't stop. Sandy ran to her car and dialed 911. When the first police officer arrived, Travis finished his attack and staggered up to his car and opened the door. And the chimpanzee was shot by the police officer and fired 4 rounds. But Charla Nash's injuries were overwhelming. Travis had bitten or torn away her eyelids, nose, jaw, lips, and most of her scalp. He'd broken nearly all the bones of her facial structure. He'd fully removed one of her hands and virtually all of the other. He'd rendered her blind too. Number 2. Aiden Pankey, a 10-year-old boy killed by a rat. Aiden Pankey and his grandmother bought pet rat Alex from pet shop in San Diego. But within 2 weeks Aiden fell very ill and 2 days later he died. Aiden family files a lawsuit against the rat and the pet shop, and they also claim that pet shop knew they were selling potentially infected rats, so that my son were falling ill, but Aiden family failed to act on it. Number 3. In 2011, an Indonesian man went on a vacation for 2 weeks, leaving his 9 dogs without someone to care for them. When he returned, the starving dogs attacked, decapitated, and ate the man. The bond between man and dogs is something that needs no explanation. There are many real-life stories which depict how pure the bond is. But here's an incident about dogs, which is completely opposite to the loved ones you've not heard before.
When Andre Lumboga was returned,
his dogs were already starving and seemed completely happy, not because he had returned, but for the reason that they got something to eat. Andre was attacked by 7 dogs, the dogs that had no food or water for 2 weeks, and also ate 2 of the weaker dogs. Andre's body was discovered after a neighborhood guard noticed luggage outside the man's house, even days after he had returned home. The guard approached the house and noticed an awful smell. When police arrived, they discovered Lumboga's mutilated body inside. A local police chief says his skull was found in the kitchen, and his body was found in the front of his house. We suspect that the dogs were hungry, so they attacked Andre, because they had not been fed for 14 days. When the police entered the house, the hungry dogs tried to attack them and therefore, the police had to paralyze the dogs. Number 4. A lion attack and killed the owners. Abel and his wife Kathy took care of an exhibition farm, housing all sorts of exotic animals. This included Simba, their African Barbary lion. When Al went to clean Simba's enclosure, he forgot to lock the cage. Of course, the worst happened after that, and Simba the lion attacked and killed him. Number 5. Jeren Hare and her boyfriend Charles Donnell owned a pet Burmese python, and decided not to feed it for a week. With only a quilt to cover the python's cage, it escaped and strangled Hare's 2-year-old little girl to death. Hare and Donnell were both charged with third-degree murder, neglect, and manslaughter. A medical examiner testified, during the trial, that the snake named Gypsy was underweight. And the snake hadn't been fed for a month, and the snake was severely underweight, at only 13 pounds, the medical examiner reported. The snake should have weighed nearly 150 pounds, because of the starving snake strangled a 2-year-old daughter. Couple gets 12 years sentence after their python strangled the girl. That's it, and this are the top 5 attacks by their pets. We must understand certain things. Pets are always pets, in the fact that they are not humans. We have to learn to love them in a way that is right for them. Let them be the species they are. Thanks for watching the video, and keep support us and subscribe my channel for more upcoming videos. Thank you all. I catch you up with next video.